back to another episode of Dad's Toy Garage. Tony and I are back on Project Snake Charmer, and today we are going to be hammering out the strut tower brace and a couple other little braces. Some engine mounts will be completed today, so let's get into it and have some fun.
What are you painting?
Oh, you know, doing some engine mount painting.
What kind of mask are you using?
Canadian Tire mask. I worked with a guy. He wasn't painting with a mask, with actual car paints, and I said, "Oh, where's your mask, man?" He said, "Oh, I'm wearing my Canadian Tire mask. It's see-through." So okay, so do a little engine mount painting.
Yeah.
We are just using Duplicolor because that's what I have, and it dries cool.
Yeah, we'll show them these other ones. It actually looks pretty good. Like even like kind of the way it finishes rough. It looks professional, not as home built.
Don't tell anybody I'm actually a professional painter. So what are you working on?
Oh, we're just bolting in these fancy engine mounts that we spent the last what, 3 work nights working on?
I would say about 3.
Yeah, so just putting them in. They kind of work as good as we'd hoped, which is better success than we normally expect. So if something works as well as you dream it will, that's normally pretty good. So.
Or are we still dreaming?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see once they break out of here. No, it should be good. We strengthened them a lot. Had a couple. Both of us had some ideas. I had the main design, and Devin thought of using the square tubing, which is going to make them a lot stronger. So, yeah, it's looking good. We can hopefully get on to projects that go a little quicker soon, like I guess exhaust, and maybe we'll wait for that on a bit, but wait.
Easy weld stuff, right?
Yeah, some stuff that gets a little better progress than this has. So.
And we were talking about seating and pedal arrangement today too, right?
Yeah, we want to weigh the car yet, I think, before we decide for sure where we're going to be sitting, because that could affect it a bit. We want to see kind of what our balance is, I think, just to see if that plays into our decision. But
cool.
Oh yeah.
Tight?
A little bit.
Is it 0 thou tolerance again?
Yeah. Pretty much. It's over-engineered, I guess, eh?
Oh yeah, that's my specialty, over-engineering.
Well, I can't blame these on you. These ones too, if it was my sockets, I'd probably just grind down the outside of the socket a little bit and it fit beautifully.
I don't care if you grind my socket.
These aren't my sockets, so we can do that next time after we...
It'll be a specialty tool when we're done with it.
Yeah.
Me and Bob made one of those on the door pin to...
Yeah, exactly. It works.
Yeah. Tony just putting on the final tighten of this side on the engine mount. Then we can get a look at it. Alright, so Tony and I just threw the front shocks, struts, assemblies on. We were just thinking it kind of looks a little bit like a race car, eh?
Starting to, yeah. Just I guess with the whole front missing and just the rails on here. You can see a lot of engine and not a lot of body panels, so that's, I don't know, I like that. But what do you think, Devin?
I think I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
I'm mostly looking forward to taking for a rip on somewhere with a timed setup.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, we're it's just with the the lighter weight of the car, we're really excited about seeing how it'll react. Like both of us really, maybe we'll be disappointed, but we'll see.
And so you thought we probably weren't going to be aiming for Vipers anymore, hey?
Well, I don't know. I just there's a lot of new high-powered muscle cars coming out, like the Corvette and the GT500, and just if you compare power to weight, I know there's more to it than that. We're still in a standard, which will hurt us in acceleration times, but really we should be, with a tune, we should be in a similar power to weight as all those cars. So that's kind of interesting. It'd be interesting to see what we can actually do, and if we can get traction, all those kinds of things. But yeah, it'd be fun to see what we can do, like 1/8 mile or 1/4 mile.
Right. we got our engine mounts mounted in place, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. That's both sides there. We've got our shocks and struts bolted in place. Let's raise it up about 2.5 inches. We'll back up here. We get some perspective on this. So the car is a little taller. If you look at the control arms right there, they got some angle. They're supposed to be straight. So the car is sitting taller because there's not much weight left up front. So that'll have to be adjusted. Hey Tony, what are you working on?
Just working on some strengthening this. I don't know, probably overdoing it, but trying to strengthen this mount is going to go in place here, like this, and then bolt will go up to the torque.
This bar here, right?
That bar, which is going to be bolted in from there to the other side, and then this will be bolted to that with a bushing to control the torque of the engine. So I'm just going to weld her up, hopefully not embarrass myself, and yeah.
For this fab shop, you're perfect.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's a beauty.
A little shaky, but. Did you find any surprises or not surprising bodywork back there? Or?
Oh, you want to see that?
Sure.
I think this was all sculpted out of body filler along here.
Ground it all out?
Yeah, a little
Most
bit
of
like
it.
that. A little
Lots
shaping
of pinholes
with the big
and
hammer.
stuff, eh? Okay.
I want to see the filler on, and it'll look, you'll never know. So basically what I'm working on now is we're plating this for Tony's strut tower brace design that we talked about, that'll link up with the part on the motor. And I got one side done already over there. And it'll be a removable brace. This will help keep our motor side to side. I'm just finishing up on that now, and then I think Tony's working on the brackets that mount over here.
Yeah. So, ready to weld?
Yeah. Need a hammer.
Other side you can see the, on this side you can see the pattern.
Okay.
So just small ovals.
Am I on it there?
Yeah, perfect. So just small ovals there to bolt onto the two sides of the what would that be called, the fender rail?
I think so, that box tubing.
Yeah. So they're just a bolt there to keep them where they're supposed to be, hopefully.
We'll see that in short order. So.
Well,
Good fit, hey?
I don't know. I think that's about right, or what would you do?
I like it.
This one we weld too, it's gonna pull if anything, right?
And we got them tight on there, so
it'll push the
yeah.
rails out.
I think we should weld those, hey?
If you're good with that, then I'll let you weld them.
Okay.
Or is that too hot?
Actually, that's pretty nice looking.
Yeah, it does.
This is our first stage of strut tower engine brace combo, and it'll probably also house our radiator at some point. We'll just get a close-up. It'll be removable with bolts. Tony's got a little bit more of a plan. We'll get into this at the end of the work evening for today. Yeah.
So this is our engine mount that we're still working on, our torque mount or whatever. So we're working on, what we'll do is we'll weld cut and weld this piece right in the middle, right here, with the hole in the center of it, and then this stud will be welded to this plate at the right length. We'll cut this grossness off here, and then we'll suck it down with a nut here, and that'll be our vibration isolation, I guess, that we're worried about for the 4-cylinder. So yeah, we'll work on that tonight, and maybe we'll get to a little bit of radiator stuff yet.
And what's that bushing made from?
Most people can probably figure that out.
Yeah, if anybody has a guess, write it down in the comments if you're watching.
So what are you welding on now?
I'm making a couple braces here. Since we cut out the triangulated braces that Mazda had to change the frame rail, we built a new rail. We gotta have some braces, so I'm putting some round tubing in here, joining this to this to this, and we're gonna do the same on the other side. And I've got the weld done here. I'll have to probably plate this along here yet, and then I'll weld up both ends here. So we'll work on that a little bit.
You got a little plate in there just to give it some strength, because this is pretty thin metal right there.
It's kind of sculpted out of body filler.
Yeah, but yeah, it's looking good. I'll just show them the other side.
Alright. Alright, here's our engine bay. And we got our side braces on. Something I worked on tonight. I think Tony said already, we got the plate on top. We plated it here now. I've welded it to the strut tower itself, and then another weld here on both sides and the base. Same thing on this side. And Tony wants to, let's take a look at what Tony was working on.
Okay, so we're working on this cross brace or whatever. Yeah, strut tower brace, I guess, across the engine bay, plus it also supports our engine. Paint might still be just a little tacky, so I'm trying to be careful with it.
Well, at least it seals to the washers, right?
Yeah, but so this anyways runs in here. I don't know if I've got it upside down or not, but so I was working on this, welding this strut rod in here, and so this is the strut rod, and this is the bushing from the other end of a shock, off of a 2016 F350, I think. Where I used one that was leaking and we got it off from work. And yeah, so now we've got our little vibration isolator and our what would you call these, fender rails are tied together.
Yeah, I guess, eh?
So,
box sections of fender bracing,
so
or
I think for now we're ready to move on to something else.
Sounds good. I think maybe radiator.
Yeah, that's right. We've been talking about it. And speaking of which, we did weigh it.
This high-end piece here.
Yeah. So don't want you guys knowing how heavy I am, but
I think I'm.
Yeah.
The driver mod is eating less or what?
Yeah. So it's a bit over 40 pounds. So we were originally kind of worried about the weight of it, but at 40 pounds, I mean, we could save some weight if we spent some money, but
this is
10,
budget
20 pounds, and this is what we have. So.
And it's for a 3.5 ecoboost, so it should be adequate, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think it will. Like, this is our intercooler. It's not very thick, but it's the whole side, like, height of the radiator.
So intercooler is the front stacked one?
Yeah.
And then the closer to use the radiator?
Yeah, and then the radiator, and then here's the fans, which, if I remember right, might even be controlled properly if we get lucky. It is the same connector, I'm pretty sure, as our ecoboost had.
So potentially will be a bolt-in.
And go, yeah. Which
So
would be really nice.
So we haven't held it in front of the car, but should we do a little hold up there and see what it does?
Sure. You want me to try?
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
That should have adequate cooling, hey?
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a forward lean on there?
Well, we might not have to as much as we thought. We might be able to just down the thing back in till about here.
It's too tall though, hey?
But yeah, actually, that's looking about right, hey?
But an angle like that.
Yeah, and then we get Then we get the rad a little bit away from the front of the car, hopefully, to get the weight further back, and yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys, girls, on this episode of Dad's Toy Garage. Tony and I had a lot of fun. Got our strut tower brace finished, and the braces were for the strut towers. Now, there's two different braces that we've made, and the engine mounts are completed. So, until next time, we'll talk to you later.